Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of our presiding official, Colonel Marlise Roth, Commander, 52nd Mission Support Group, welcome to today's Change of Command ceremony. Thank you for attending, and a special thank you to those who are attending virtually. This afternoon, Lieutenant Colonel Michael Murphy will relinquish command, and Lieutenant Colonel Adam Williams will assume command of the 52nd Communications Squadron. I am Airman First Class Zoe Santos, and I am your narrator for today's ceremony. We are honored to have some special guests with us today. Missy Murphy, wife of Lieutenant Colonel Murphy. Brittany Williams, wife of Lieutenant Colonel Williams, and their children Kian and Matthew, and attending virtually their daughter Portia. We also welcome all commanders, honorary commanders, chiefs, first sergeants, host nation partners, friends, family, and members of the 52nd Communications Squadron and the Sabre Nation, some of whom are joining us here physically and others who are joining us virtually. Thanks so much to the Public Affairs live streaming service. History reveals that in the Middle Ages, soldiers in the field would often not know or recognize their commanders. In response to this problem, the Continental Army of the United States conducted the first official change of command ceremony. Just as it has in the past, the formal change of command allows troops to witness the actual transfer of command between two officers and see their new commander firsthand. In modern times, the guidon is entrusted to a unit's senior enlisted member as a symbol of the trust and confidence the commander places in the enlisted corps. The change of command also adds color and pageantry to military life and preserves the tradition and stimulates esprit de corps. At this time, it is my pleasure to introduce our presiding officer, Colonel Roth.
Afternoon, everybody. The big crowd we got here.
Afternoon, ma'am.
Welcome to those who may be joining us virtually, and also those in person, of course. Colonel Epperson, Colonel Hokai, Chief Cates, Group Squadron Commanders, First Sergeants, our host nation partners, friends and family, and most importantly, the men and women of the 52nd Communications Squadron. Welcome to today's ceremony, and thank you for being here on this very special day. Thank you to all of those who had a part in planning and executing this tremendous event, in which we say farewell to Colonel Murphy and Missy, and welcome Colonel Williams and Brittany, Portia, Kian, and Matthew to Spangdahlem, the 52nd Communications Squadron, and Sabre Nation. Communications Squadron has a proud tradition of excellence and always getting the job done, and this hasn't changed under Colonel Murphy's leadership. Colonel Murphy, while working for someone in your functional area could be difficult, as we discussed, I believe we work well together to get the mission done. Your lead the way attitude took this wing to the next level in cyber and communication capabilities and made us the benchmark for the entire command and in some cases the Air Force. Your efforts significantly increased the wing and command's readiness posture. A few of the highlights include selection as the Air Force F-16 Mission Defense Team lead, responsible for managing, developing, employing the benchmark training plan and tactics, techniques, and procedures for 8 bases, which ensures cybersecurity and standardization across the Air Force for this weapon system. You and your team were also selected to be the first OCONUS base to implement the Air Force's Enterprise IT as a Service initiative, which contracts out our fixed communication squadron jobs to allow military and civilians in these positions to expand our mission defense team and secure the weapons platform. You also revamped and diversified the base infrastructure and routing, along with garnering mobile voice and data capabilities to provide a more efficient and effective command and control, not only for in-garrison mission, but for agile combat employment and the initial response forces. You developed the command and control infrastructure to support the theater's first remotely piloted aircraft detachment, which of course is vital to the theater's situational awareness. And since the beginning of COVID, your team worked countless hours to expand and enhance our telework capabilities to ensure the wing was able to continue its mission. While your squadron accomplishments are numerous, these few examples show how your leadership has made the unit and this wing stronger, more resilient, and ready for anything that may come our way. You made a difference and left the unit better than how you found it. Colonel Murphy, we will miss you and Missy and wish you all the best in your next assignment and what the future holds for both of you. Colonel Williams, glad to have you and your family on board. You all will love this assignment. You'll definitely love it here. Not only for the diverse mission set that we have here, but because of the great people you'll work with and meet. We have a great family both on and off base, and I know you'll enjoy it as much as we all do here. While our standards and expectations are high in this wing, I know you will have no problem exceeding them. Based on your proven leadership and coupled with your familiarity of this AOR and diverse background in areas relevant to our mission set, I know you will continue to take the communications squadron and our wing to the next level. To the members of the communications squadron, you deserve the very best, and you should feel confident that you're getting the very best with your new commander. It is clear that Colonel Williams respects and values his team, and I have no doubt he'll continue to bring great ideas, enthusiasm, and inspiration to the unit. I'm confident he will do everything in his power to support you and your families while you take care of the mission. Ladies and gentlemen, it is clear the strength of the 52nd Fighter Wing is in dedicated, mission-focused airmen forming a strong, effective, and resilient team. The proud professionals of the Communications Squadron are shining examples of this strength. I expect nothing but excellence in the coming years from Colonel Williams and the outstanding members of the Communications Squadron. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Colonel Roth. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the presentation of the Meritorious Service Medal.
How much you order?
Attention to orders. Citation to accompany the award of the Meritorious Service Medal, 2nd Oakleaf Callista, to Lieutenant Colonel Michael Murphy for meritorious service from 2 July 2018 to 9 July 2020. Lieutenant Colonel Michael C. Murphy distinguished himself in the performance of outstanding service to the United States as Commander, 52nd Communications Squadron, 52nd Mission Support Group, 52nd Fighter Wing, Spangdahlem Air Base, Germany. During this period, Colonel Murphy's innovative leadership modernized the base's communication infrastructure, equipping the wing for future operations and expanding the base's resiliency. He energized the unit's and headquarters' efforts to disperse the base's network services, resulting in the first base in theater with geographically separated communication nodes and increased bandwidth by tenfold. Additionally, he led command as the pilot unit to evaluate cloud-hosted enterprise services, upgrading 5,500 accounts, and increased email storage and capacity by 1,000%. Furthermore, he oversaw a $40 million project installing communications equipment for European Command First Multi-Role Unmanned Aircraft Vehicle Site, providing intelligence capabilities for the theater and its allies as European Deterrence Initiative. Moreover, Colonel Murphy expertly sourced command and control requirements supporting the Initial Response Force Team, which was key to 3 flawless movements of priority. Level 1, assets, a first for the United States and European Command in 54 years. Finally, his leadership resulted in 2 major command, 20 wing, and 6 group awards, as well as 5 base below-the-zone promotions. The singularly distinctive accomplishment of Lieutenant Colonel Michael Murphy reflects great credit upon himself and the United States Air Force. Lieutenant Colonel Murphy will now address the 52nd Communications Squadron for the last time as Commander.
Good afternoon. So today's all about thank yous and shout outs. So I'd like to start with saying thank you to Lieutenant Romero, Master Sergeant Walker for putting this event together. I also want to say thank you to Aaron Santos for volunteering to MC today, as well as Sergeant Lauren and the rest of the team for doing setup. I would be remiss if I didn't say thank you to Brigadier General Jason Bailey for giving me the opportunity to join the Sabre Nation team. To Colonel Epperson and Chief Cates, thank you for your leadership. The wing has seen its share of challenges and tragedies over the last year. Through all of the challenges, the wing command team did a great job of leading with a steady hand while balancing mission and taking care of our airmen. Colonel Roth, thank you for the kind words and your mentorship over the last 2 years. I truly appreciate your direct leadership style. During your tenure, the wing has continued to increase its ability to project combat air power in this theater. Your leadership was a driving factor in major improvements to the wing's command and control, security, and even emergency management capabilities, as well as other initiatives across the base. You gave all of your MSG commanders maneuver space to make their own decisions and provided the right level of top cover when needed. Most will say you have a tough exterior, but those that work for you know you've always shown compassion and caring for your airmen. It's been an honor to work for you, ma'am, and I wish you the best of luck as you make your way out to MacDill and continue to do awesome things for USSOCOM. To the commanders and superintendents, first sergeants, and helping agencies across the base, you've always pulled together to tackle the challenges of the day, whether it's for the mission or taking care of our airmen and their families. A special thanks to the MSG commanders. It's been a pleasure working for you. Although half the team will change out this summer, I know the new crew will continue to work the wing's issues as a unified group. Thank you to my wife, Missy. I couldn't ask for a better partner by my side. You've been there through the ups and downs, not only for me, but also the squadron. I'm definitely a better person for having you in my life. To the men and women of the 52nd Communications Squadron, your wing has a legacy of leading the way, and each and every one of you have a direct tie to that legacy. I'd like to take this opportunity to give you a couple shout-outs on how you're building that legacy for the wing, the MAJCOM, and the Air Force. To our operations flight, you supported the MAJCOM in building a new ISR site from the ground up. Today, the command is using your actions and lessons learned as a template to build other locations in the theater. Over the course of a few years, your mission defense team went from a pathfinder to becoming the lead for the F-16 weapon system. Today, your team is coordinating with ACC on developing cyber ops procedures that will be the standard across the Air Force. You've achieved this through building credibility within our community, and you've proven that credibility by taking first place in a recent command-wide cyber exercise. You've increased the wing's command and control capability, which was tested through multiple readiness exercises and an aircraft crash. And finally, when asked to surge, you supported the wing's effort to protect its airmen. You rose to the challenge. As many units started scaling down due to the COVID-19 pandemic, you surged to meet the needs of those organizations and ensured they could continue their mission by providing the ability to operate from remote locations. On top of all these initiatives, you continue to do your day-to-day, which is troubleshooting about 1,000 trouble tickets per month. To our operations flight, you are the center of gravity for all the communications projects within the fighter wing. You coordinated across the squadron outside agencies to build the wing's ability to fight tonight by expanding the wing's operations center and developing the communications capabilities to enable the command's agile combat employment concept. You directly supported USAFE's deterrence mission by providing communication solutions for Iron Hand 2018 and Operation Rapid Forge, ensuring the integration of 4th and 5th generation aircraft in the European theater. Today, your team is leading the Air Force and USAFE with Enterprise IT as a Service. Your work in the coming months will inform our senior leaders on how to navigate the challenges of providing contracted communication support in an overseas location. Beyond these examples, your teams continue to lead the way in modernizing our infrastructure here at Spangdahlem and our GSUs to set the wing for the future. To our CSS and other support sections, you developed new procedures for the squadron to ensure we had a fair process for boarding our airmen when the Air Force updated the enlisted force distribution panel guidance. You also created an internal tracking process for taking care of our airmen and their families when the SecDef released the COVID-19 travel restrictions. Finally, you updated our procedures for all the administrative work and taskers at the squadron to keep the squadron running and achieve the high standard Colonel Roth set on quality and timeliness when she took command. Heaven forbid you be late on the paperwork. But you guys pulled through for the team. At the end of the day, you ensured our paperwork was good to go so our airmen could focus on the mission. Although I bend these squadron highlights by flights and sections, in reality, every effort was a team sport. Oftentimes the work the team does goes unseen or unnoticed by others because you make the magic happen in the background. So it's fitting that this change of command is in our cable shop. The building is off the beaten path, and most people outside the squadron Colonel Watts says, be prepared. So I was. The building is off the beaten path. Most people outside of our squadron wouldn't be able to tell you who works here or what they do. Yet they play a vital role in supporting the wing's mission. They connect the entire wing through the infrastructure that they build and maintain. It's representative of all of you, the fine men and women of the 52nd Communications Squadron. You're a squadron of 150 quiet professionals working behind the scenes, providing cyber services to our wing and our mission partners. The previous 3rd Air Force commander, Major General Wood, once said, "Calm is like air. You don't think about it, but you need it. When it's not there, it's debilitating, and it becomes a critical priority. You are providing the air that fuels this wing." I know Lieutenant Colonel Williams, Brittany, and the family will be a good fit for the team, and I'm confident that you will continue to lead the way under his command. Again, thank you. Thank you to all our U.S. and local national civilians. Thank you to our active duty members and the Guard units that have supported us in the last few years. And finally, thank you to our contractors who work shoulder to shoulder with us. Missy and I are truly humbled by your achievements and thankful for the opportunity to be on your team. Saber, come! Fire it up! Fire it up!
Thank you, Lieutenant Colonel Murphy. As we conduct the official change of command, we will note the significance of passing the guidon. The passing of the guidon symbolizes the transfer of command, responsibility, and authority. Since the 17th century, the unit colors and subordinate guidons have served an important function for the men and women they represent. Historically, the unit colors served as the rallying point for the troops of the unit as they moved forward into battle. Traditionally, the guidon stays at the side of the commander, but will move forward even if the commander falls in battle. All others may perish, but the colors live on. The unit guidon no longer serves as a rallying point in war. However, it still serves as an equally important role as a symbol of permanence which bears history of the unit. Although the equipment, personnel, and the mission may change, the guidon remains a symbol of the past and the promise of the future. The ceremonial passing of the guidon is the single event which most embodies the institution and responsibility of the position of command. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand as Lieutenant Colonel Michael Murphy will now relinquish command and Lieutenant Colonel Adam Williams will assume command of the 52nd Communications Squadron.
I'll let you order.
Attention to orders. The Department of the Air Force has announced that effective 9 July 2020 by the order of the 52nd Mission Support Group Commander, Colonel Marlise K. Roth, Lieutenant Colonel Adam M. Williams is assigned as Commander, 52nd Communications Squadron, Spangdahlem Air Base, Germany.
Ma'am, I relinquish command.
Ma'am, I assume command.
Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. At this time, it is my pleasure to introduce the 52nd Communications Squadron Commander, Lieutenant Colonel Adam Williams.
What an honor. I am truly humbled to be given the opportunity to lead this impressive squadron. Colonel Roth, I can't thank you and Colonel Epperson enough for placing your trust and confidence in me to lead this incredible team. You can count on me to give my all to the people and the mission of the squadron, the group, and the wing. Murph, that was a great speech. 2 years of blood, sweat, and tears coming out. Thank you for your extraordinary leadership over the past 2 years. You have passed me a healthy and ambitious squadron that already has a track record of excellence. Thank you for leaving me an exceptional squadron with an exciting future. And on behalf of myself, the squadron, and their families, thank you and Missy for your outstanding leadership and mentorship. I also want to say thank you to Lieutenant Alan Romero and Master Sergeant John Walker, Airman Zoe Santos, and the rest of the team who worked behind the scenes for all your hard work in putting together this ceremony. Thank you for remaining so flexible as COVID wreaked havoc with our plans. Thank you for all the support from the rest of the team that gave their time and effort to welcome us aboard, to get me up and running, and to make this change of command a success. Last but not least, thank you to my family, who has been ever supportive and who has consistently, optimistically sacrificed close relationships and stability for adventure and experience as they continue to ride this crazy Air Force roller coaster with their dad and husband. In the short time I've been roaming around the squadron, I'm humbled by the talent and the excellence that surrounds me. Sabres, each and every one of you directly contribute to the mission of this wing, the Air Force, and the nation. That goes without saying. However, I was surprised to discover that the 52nd Communications Squadron is not just an exceptional squadron. It is also an innovative and trailblazing squadron. With the Mission Defense Team, you are baselining how the Air Force defends our critical weapon systems and networks. You are a critical enabler of the Agile Combat Employment Strategy, creating a more lethal, resilient, and flexible force. Piloting Enterprise IT as a Service, you're an integral part of the DoD-wide proof of concept that will dramatically change the way our nation's military works and fights in the cyberspace domain, while simultaneously freeing up cyber airmen to tackle other critical areas like Mission Defense Team and Agile Combat Employment. These examples are just the tip of the iceberg, and each one has a real and lasting contribution to not only the 52nd Fighter Wing, but to the Air Force, the DoD, and to our national security. These are but a few of the highlights and accolades of a truly impressive squadron resume that demonstrates that you punch way above your weight class. Needless to say, I'm both impressed by your abilities and accomplishments and honored to have the privilege to lead such a fine group of men and women. My promise to you is to foster a culture through trust, growth, teamwork, and empowerment. Every airman in this unit has something valuable to bring to the table, and every airman deserves to work in a place where they are challenged to be their best and to do their best. It is the job of myself and your leadership team to develop your talents and create an environment that inspires growth, innovation, and excellence. I promise to invest in you and your families so that you can achieve excellence in yourself, your team, and your mission. Thank you to the outstanding men and women of the 52nd Comm Squadron for welcoming me aboard. You've made myself and my family feel at home. I look forward to serving each and every one of you. Thank you.
Thank you, Lieutenant Colonel Williams. Traditionally, there is a reception immediately following a change of command, allowing the Sabre Nation members to meet the new commander and their family. Since this is not possible today, photos of Lieutenant Colonel Williams and his family will be displayed after the live broadcast. Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of Colonel Roth, thank you for attending physically and virtually. This concludes today's ceremony. We wish you a pleasant day.